HCN Sports presents the High School Game of the Week, featuring the best in local prep sports from around the county. Brought to you by Harford Cable Network, your county connection.
Welcome to High School Sports on the Harford Cable Network. I'm Don Morrison. Tonight we're at Thomas Run Park on the campus of Harford Community College for a big baseball game between the Belair Bobcats and the Joppatowne Mariners. Two teams that really, talking to Tony Blackburn of the Joppatowne Mariners, sort of a score to settle with the Belair Bobcats. You've not only lost to them this year and twice last year, you've never beaten them in the 5 years you've been head coach.
We've never beaten them in the 5 years, no we have. We've beaten everyone else in the county, and so we're looking maybe, hopefully tonight to pull one out.
Tony, it's the kind of game that is a make-or-break game. I mean, your team is doing well. You've come on after a very rocky start, and now if you can keep it going here, you should be in good shape coming toward the playoffs.
Well, it's looking as though if we can pull out tonight's game, we'll be able to get seed in the playoffs. And the way that works, then we'll be able to get a bye in the first round and not have to face one of the other top three teams in our region until at least the regional semifinal. So this is a big game for us.
Tony, Ryan Davis, your young third baseman pitcher, last game against C. Milton, a two-run home run. He pitched a complete game shutout. He's just an awesome kind of player, the kind of player that a coach dreams of having.
Sure. Well, there's that saying, great players play great in big games, and Ryan did that for us. He and Austin Hockey, the boy from C. Milton, nice pitcher, threw a three-hitter in that game, and our two hits were Hockey had a double and Davis came up and hit a home run, and that was the game for us, really, and we played good defense behind Ryan.
You're a senior-laden ball club, and your seniors are playing well. Sometimes a coach has a group of seniors their last semester in high school, and sometimes their thoughts are on something different than baseball. But the fact that you guys have come on and played well proves that they do have their mind where it belongs.
Well, I've got a group of kids I've had with me since they were 10th graders. There's a core of about 6 or 7 of them that, and also as a freshman, Jimmy Lutton was with me as a freshman, and they don't want to stop playing baseball, and this means a lot to them, so they're still out there and they want to work hard together. So it's going well for us.
Coach, I look at your batting lineup, and up and down the lineup, you are awesome in terms of average and just hitting the baseball. You do, though, have some losses this year. Has it been fielding? Has it been pitching?
It's fielding. Our pitchers have done a great, really good job. I can't look at one of my starters and say you pitched a bad game for us. Our fielding is, and it's what we knew was going to happen. If we didn't field the ball well, we weren't going to win games, and that really caught up to us. We did that. We had a 3-game losing streak. We played Falston, C. Milton, and Belair all in 1 week, and we lost 3 one-run games to them in the first half of the season. So that really, that kind of got us in a bad spot. We've bounced back from that. We went out, we beat North Hartford this week. We've beaten C. Milton right this week, and we played a tough game against Falston. And Falston's just a solid team, top to bottom. So hopefully we can keep it going tonight.
Coach Blackburn, it's a windy day. The wind whistling in from the left field foul pole into toward home plate. It's going to be cold, down in the 30s by the time we're finished tonight. It just seems like we haven't caught a break for good weather this year.
It's either been it's too hot, go home, you can't play baseball, or it's too cold, get out there and suck it up. So we just got to go out there and suck it up tonight, I guess.
We're pitching Mike D'Amico tonight. I'm sure that you have a lot of confidence in him as well.
Oh, Mike was a first-team All-County pitcher last year, and last year, as a matter of fact, against Belair, had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning. And Mike's been a little sore early in the year, and he was supposed to get the start against North Hartford on Tuesday and went to steal home in the 1st inning and got spiked and kind of got the skin taken off his thumb, so he didn't play that game. And Jimmy Lutman stepped up for us and threw a nice game in that one. So Mike's thumb's feeling better, so he's going to get the turn tonight.
Tony Blackburn, best of luck to you. Should be a great ball game.
Thanks a lot, Don.
We're going to come back and talk to John Swanson, the coach of the Belair Bobcats, in just a moment.
Women may be misled by menopause myths, such as you'll be hard to live with, you'll lose control of what's happening to your body and your sense of well-being. Separate the myths from the facts. Learn more about menopause. You can be good to yourself and feel good too by eating well and exercising. National Menopause Awareness. Contact the North American Menopause Society, Box 94527, Cleveland, Ohio 44101.
Well, we're just moments before the beginning of this ball game here at Thomas Run Park, and with me is Coach John Swanson. John's a first-year coach in terms of head varsity coach. John, you're succeeding a legend in Mike Ennis. That has to be big shoes to fill.
Sure it is. I mean, anytime that you step into somebody's caliber as Mike Ennis and Coach Eaton in the same right, those are two guys that you want as mentors, and they did an outstanding job. I really can't say anything other than praise for those two individuals. They did an outstanding job with the program here. The tradition is here. It just needs to continue. continue.
Yeah. But then I looked at sort of the cupboard is bare. You lost 5 starters off last year's team, so you're faced with a rebuilding project right away.
Sure, losing Shane and Ben Stewart, Mike Seski, and some of the other key guys, Nick Webb, Brian Lipsky, those are key role players. And to come into a season like this and try to make sure everybody kind of fits into their own spot and start to gel, it's definitely an up and down situation, but we're doing the best we possibly can, and we just need to kind of step up and get it done.
I'm sure you will. 14-3 last year, winning the county title. This year, 5-8 in the county. Not a bad deal at all, looking at the fact you're starting 4 juniors and a sophomore tonight.
Right. Plus the fact that we've lost 3 or 4 ball games by 2 or less runs. Yeah. You know, we've been in every situation, every game that we've been in. We've had an opportunity to win. We've just kind of let ourselves mentally break down and not get it done. And I think that's the difference between our record, you know, being 5-8 and 14-3 again.
Boy, we look at the league, and the league is like that. Everybody's beating everybody, and you know, big ball games. Now, speaking of beating, Belair has defeated Joppatowne once already this year, twice last year. In fact, Coach Tony Blackburn tells me he's never beaten Belair in his 5 years as head coach. So that's a lot of burden to hold as well.
I mean, I think you try to come out, you try to get your guys ready for every game, no matter if it's Joppatowne, Falston, C. Milton. Everyone's big in the county. The caliber of play is definitely reaching different heights. The coaching is getting a lot better, and everybody comes out with their A game and their A pitcher. You know, very rarely you're going to see a number 5, number 6 pitcher anymore when you go against any club in Harford County. That is one of the trends that I have seen.
Right.
So.
Well, we look at the pitching tonight. Jorgen Eliasson, the young man starting for you, just a sophomore, a big left-hander. He's your ace despite his youth.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely my ace. He's a sophomore. He's got great composure. His visualization as far as getting batters out, finishing off the batter. That's what I like about him. He's only a sophomore. I know Coach Ennis last year got him an opportunity to throw some innings last year, but even from freshman year to sophomore year, he's going to be a tough caliber pitcher in Harford County. I just hope he keeps himself squared away, and he's going to be a phenomenal pitcher.
He's a fine young man, too, as well. We look at Bo Penn, this young man. He really has 7 home runs. He had 2 against C. Milton that aren't official yet because that game has to be completed. About 28 or 29 RBIs. What a monster season he's having. And he's just a junior as well.
Right, he's just a junior as well. I mean, he does so many good things. I think a lot of his athletic ability comes out. He could be a little bit more technique-wise, a little better, but he's only a junior. He's a young lad. He comes out hard. He works hard every day. He gives you 100%, and you can't hesitate to put somebody like that in your lineup. Plus, he's having a monster season for himself, and I'm happy for him. Good. He deserves it. He works for it.
Let's talk about game conditions. Wind whistling in from the left field foul pole toward home plate. High grass. It looks like all the makings of a pitcher's duel.
I think it definitely will be with D'Amico going and Eliasson gone. If they both have their A games today, it's definitely going to be a pitcher's duel, but hopefully we can get our bats going today.
Well, Coach John Swanson, best of luck to you, and it should be a great ball game. Let's get it on, as they say.
Thank you.
Thank you, John Swanson. We're going to come back and introduce the players and hear from the Belair Pop Choir in just a moment.
My dad showed me the difference between collecting coins and saving money. I thought he'd been collecting U.S. savings bonds, but he was really helping to ensure the future. His and mine.
These books don't just enlighten, they empower. In my family, learning is everything. And with the help of U.S. savings bonds, my children will have their chance to learn, just like I did.
Welcome to Thomas Run Park for this baseball game between the Belair Bobcats and the Joppatowne Mariners. First of all, introducing Joppatowne. Head coach Tony Blackburn. Assistant coaches Russ Myers and Mike Durdock. Manager Chrissy Farley. And now the non-starters. A junior, number 3, Lenny Maggio. A junior, number 9, Steve Hardwick. And a senior, number 21, Kevin Knight. And now the starting lineup for the Joppatowne Mariners. At shortstop, number 10, Jimmy Luttman. The catcher, number 11, Jeff Bates. The pitcher, number 7, Mike D'Amico. In center field, number 24, Austin Hawkey. At third base, number 20, Ryan Davis. The left fielder, number 16, Ryan Spann. At first base, number 5, Jason Millette. The right fielder, number 12, Matt Jones. The designated hitter, number 14, Stephen Myers. And the second baseman, Mike Garish. The Joppatowne Mariners. And now, introducing the Belair Bobcats. Coach, John Swanson. Assistant coach, Tom Thorson. Manager with the Belair Pop Choir, Beth Randall. Now the non-starters. Senior, number 2, Ryan Ford. A junior, number 3, Jared Thorson. A sophomore, number 4, Dan Blewett. A junior, number 5, John Zimblicki. A senior, number 10, Matt Heidel. A sophomore, number 14, Matt Portell. And a senior, number 24, Brian Taka. And now the starting lineup for the Belair Bobcats. The right fielder, number 8, Paul Welsh. The shortstop, number 6, Ryan Bonomo. The third baseman, number 20, Jason Entwistle. In center field, number 11, Bo Pinn. The second baseman, number 21, Brandon Buerhaus. At first base, number 9, Ryan Flanders. The pitcher, number 23, Jorgen Eliasson. The catcher, number 7, Adam Eaton. And the left fielder, number 13, Brandon Sanders. And now, to honor America, the Belair Pop Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The Belair Pop Choir, one of the great organizations in Harford County. Thank you very much, the Pop Choir. I'll give you their names: Laura Travis, Jess Fields, Amanda Chambers, Nicole Musi, Beth Randall, Chantel Gerdez, Tom Lindsay, Greg Keats, John Castillo, Jason Hodge that is, and J.D. Blewett. And we're just about ready for baseball tonight. Joppatowne versus Belair. Our umpires, Tom Ginnivan at the home plate. Ray Laird will do the bases. We'll give you the lineups in just a moment after we have a chance to say hello to our partner, Mr. Chuck Marson. Chuck, welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Looks like a beautiful evening. A little windy, and a little bit chilly, but I don't think we'll see any home runs hit tonight, that's for sure.
You know, when you say a little bit chilly, that's like saying that was a little iceberg that Titanic ran into. It's going to be 30 degrees here tonight, Coach.
Well, maybe not until the sun goes down.
There you go. There you go. By that time,
we'll be optimistic and say we won't freeze until around 8 o'clock.
We'll be in the third inning by that time, so you know, I figure extra innings tonight. Hey, Coach, you know the wind is blowing in from left field.
Right.
Very hard tonight. You look at these teams, you got a kid like Bo Penn, the center fielder for Belair. He has 7 home runs already this year, just about 30 RBIs. He's a kid who's only a junior, but he can hit him out of any park, including Yellowstone, as they say.
But as I said, I think he's going to have a hard time tonight because that wind is very brisk. I bet it's at least 15, 20 miles an hour or so. But who knows?
No question about that.
Catches one and during one of the lulls, why, just may go out of here.
Well, the other thing is, of course, we have the left-hander going for Belair, Jorgen Eliasson. Now, Jorgen is just a sophomore, but yet he is the ace of this Belair team. Coach, Belair last year won the county title at 14-3, but they lost 5 seniors off their starting lineup.
Now, I remember very well the team they had last year, very, very accomplished group of players.
They also lost their longtime coach, Mike Ennis, after coaching, all told, probably more than 25 years in Harford County. He retired.
Yes.
Well, we're just about ready now to get this started as the wind is whipping up here. The Belair Bobcats will lead off with Paul Welsh. Now check that. Of course, the Belair is in the field. Instead, it'll be Joppatowne leading off. Jimmy Lutman, the shortstop, number 10. Lutman, the shortstop, and number 10, leading off here for Joppatowne. Tell you about Jimmy here in just a moment as Eliasson deals a little bit outside. Lutman, .315 hitter, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 19 stolen bases, and 4 walks. Let me correct that, 14 walks. Pop up back our way. That wind will just take it out of play. Coach, when you look at a leadoff hitter with 14 walks and 19 stolen bases, that's your prototypical leadoff hitter.
Yes.
Count now 1-1. Eliasson, big, tall left-hander.
Yes.
Got that nice, slow, easy motion.
Real rangy kid. Has a nice move.
Outside, that natural screwball that almost every left-hander you've ever seen throws. Set the Belair defense for you. Jason Entwistle at third base. Brian Bonomo at shortstop. Brandon Burehouse, as we get a shot to left field. That's going to be up the gut. Cut off by the center fielder and holds him to a single.
What an excellent throw from the center fielder into second base. If he had any intentions of going down, that throw should certainly discourage them.
And you could see the wind knock that down. That ball was hit. That would have been up the alley on a different day. So Jimmy Lutman's on at first base, the .315 hitter. That'll bring up the captain, Jeff Bates, the catcher. Bates is a senior. 18 runs scored, 2 doubles, 2 triples, a homer, 11 RBIs. Swung on and missed. Coach, you look at this team for Joppatowne, all seniors. Everyone out there is senior for Joppatowne. Meantime, Belair has 4 juniors and a sophomore.
What you're trying to imply is that Joppatowne may have a little rebuilding to do next year.
Absolutely. And we talked to Tony Blackburn at the beginning of the game, the coach for Joppatowne, and he said that, his team has played well this year. There he goes, ground ball down to third base. Play at second. He's safe at second. A wild throw. Everybody's going to be safe. Runner Lutman goes to third. He pulls in safely there. Lutman was going on the pitch. The ground ball to third baseman Entwistle picked it up, tried to go to the double play, couldn't get it done, threw the ball away at second base, and so all hands are safe. Bates reaches on the fielder's choice, charged the error to the third baseman Jason Entwistle.
If the throw had been there, he would have had him, but unfortunately threw it a little wide, and the second baseman had no choice, or had no chance in that ball.
So the Mariners got something going here early on. Ground ball. Runner holds at third base. The throw to first base, he's out, and the runner moves up to second base. Bates goes down to second base. D'Amico, the batter, is out at first base. So we have runners at second and third with 1 down. Well, Coach, you saw how high that grass is. That ball barely got to the third baseman Entwistle. Bring up the cleanup hitter, Austin Hawkey. Hawkey, a .452 batter, 6 doubles, a triple, and 3 homers, 24 RBIs. Hawkey with that wild, wide open looking stance. Line shot, right field, base hit. That'll get 1 in at least. No throw at home, and both runners score, and so Joppatowne jumps on top 2-0 here on Austin Hawkey's 2-run single to right field. Lutman scoring from third base easily. Jeff Bates coming around from second base, and so right away Joppatowne up by 2-0. Coach, an interesting thing here. The Joppatowne coach, Tony Blackburn, in his 5th year, has never defeated Belair. You know, that's a long run of frustration. Curveball, Ryan Davis.
Well, he's off to a good start tonight. They're hitting the ball solidly as well.
Ryan Davis, a big young man, headed for Frostburg. That's got to be a balk. You know, left-handers just can't balk, can they? Beautiful move. I'm being a little facetious here. On the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan Davis, a senior, 400 hitter, 17 runs scored, 7 doubles, a triple, and 3 homers. There he goes. Throw down to second base. He is safe at second base on the stolen base by Austin Hawkey. He had 10 coming in. He's now got 11. So right now it's all going Joppatowne's way.
Well, they have the right idea. If you can steal, steal.
Give you a nice,
someone throws you out, just keep going.
Nice panoramic view here of Thomas Run Park. Pop up into the infield. Right fielder coming in quickly to try to make the play, and does so. That's Paul Welsh as he comes in and makes the play. Runner holds on there at second base, and that's 2 out here in the top of the 1st inning. 2 down, and that'll bring up Ryan Spann. Ryan, a .426 hitter, 3 doubles, 2 triples, 10 stolen bases, 14 RBIs. Also scored 13 runs. Spann, the left fielder. Swung on and missed. Ryan is a weightlifter. You can tell that young man put together very well. By the way, he was the first team all-county tight end in football this year when Joppatowne won the county title. There he goes down to third. Ground ball to shortstop. Fielded cleanly by Bonomo, and the throw to first for the out. And that is the final out of the top of the 1st inning. Bonomo to Ryan Flanders, but not before Joppatowne scores 2 runs. They get 2 runs on 2 base hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 runner left on base. And so after the top half of the 1st inning, it's Joppatowne 2 and Belair nothing.
Again, it shows what how an inning can change very easily on the basis of an error. If he had gotten that runner at second base, they probably would have gotten out of that inning without any runs at all. But
yeah, very good.
Just not the way that's just not the way the ball bounces sometimes.
Coach, I think also Joppatowne deserves a lot of credit for that, because the runner on at first base, Jimmy Lutman, was running, and the fielder at second base, I think, was distracted by the fact that he was catching the ball at the exact same time the runner was coming to him. So, you know, Tony Blackburn had his runner in motion. We'll talk about D'Amico here for just a minute. Mike D'Amico, 1 and 2. He's pitched 13 1/3 innings, 11 strikeouts in those 13 1/3 innings, just 4 walks. But he's given up, Coach, 22 hits in 13 innings. ERA of 4.20. He does have 1 shutout. That was against Haverty Grace in the 1st game of the year. So Mike D'Amico, the right-hander for Joppatowne. Talking to Tony Blackburn, the Joppatowne coach, he says the hitting's been great, the pitching's been good, it's been the fielding. You know, their fielding has just not been what it should be. Season coming down toward its conclusion now, and of course the team's battling for playoff position. A win tonight by Joppatowne, and they'll be in good shape. They come into this ball game with a record of, well, I'll turn it over and tell you what their record is. Their record is 10 and 7. They're 9 and 6 in the league. Last year they were 11 and 8 was Joppatowne. They lost in the second round of the playoffs 5-4 in 9 innings to the eventual region champion Wicomico team from down on the Eastern Shore. Standings, if you would care to hear about them. Falston leads the league. They're 9-3. C. Milton Wright 8-3, though they lost to Joppatowne on Wednesday night, so they're now 8-4. North Hartford 7-5. Joppatowne 8-5. Hartford Tech 7-6. Belair, the team we're watching now, 5-8. Aberdeen 3-9. Haverty Grace 2-10. That's how the league standings are as we enter this ball game tonight. Belair leadoff hitter Paul Welsh to step in, 309 hitter, 15 stolen bases, 14 runs scored. The battery of Mike D'Amico and Jeff Bates. 2-0 Joppatowne here as Belair comes to bat. Fastball right there. When you have a 2-0 lead, you want to make them hit the ball. Don't walk them.
This isn't the time to pitch around anyone.
Pop up back our way and over our heads. 2 strikes.
These catchers, with these masks that the catchers wear nowadays, you expect to see a puck come shooting across anytime soon.
Yeah, they like that that helmet that they wear in the National Hockey League. I kind of like them. They're kind of neat.
Yes, very nice.
All right on the outside corner. Paul Welsh doesn't believe it. Umpire Tom Ginnivan rings him up. One of those pitches just too close to take. The wind continuing to whistle in from the left field foul line in toward home plate. It'll hold up anything hit to left field. It might give something hit to right field a little bit of a boost, provided it doesn't push it foul first.
That's right.
D'Amico and Bates around the infield. Ryan Davis at third base. Jimmy Lutman at short. Mike Garish at second. And Jason Millette at first. Strike on an outside corner.
He's calling him kind of high.
Yeah, Tom Ginnivan likes that outside pitch. You can see that corner. You better be swinging. Of course, all you ask for an umpire is just be consistent. Bonomo, the batter, the shortstop for Belair. Just a junior. Big shoes to fill for these young men as Shane Justice and Brian Lipsky gone from the middle of that infield. That great double play combination that Belair had, it seemed like forever. Curveball, beauty, 0-2. Coach, I like that little hop step he has in the middle of his motion. Can be a little bit distracting. Reminds you just vaguely of Dick Hall. Remember Dick Hall, the Oriole pitcher that had that crazy little step in the middle of it? Swung on and missed. 2 up, 2 down by strikes. This time a swinging strike by Bonomo. That'll bring up Jason Entwistle. Jason, the third baseman for Belair, a junior. Jason hitting .300 with 16 RBIs and 4 doubles. He comes up with nobody on and 2 out in the bottom of the first inning. Curveball, down low. Outfield, Ryan Spann in left field. Austin Hawkey in center field and Matt Jones in right. Outside. Two balls, no strikes, 2 out. Bottom of the first inning. Strike over the inside corner. Coach, we're talking about replacing legends. Coach John Swanson of Belair replaced Dan Ennis this year. When you left coaching at Edgewood, did Randy Canal come in to replace you?
Yes. He coached for a couple of years until he left the county.
Fly ball center field. That wind will hold up. Ball is hit well, though. And now it's carrying. Center fielder goes back and makes a nice catch. Austin Hawkey. That ball was hit a ton on a different day. It's out of here.
Yes, there's no question that the wind held that ball out. But he did get it out to the fence, so it was a pretty good stroke.
That fence 375 feet away. That ball had to be hit about 365 feet.
Yeah.
Nice play by Hawkey. He went back, battled the wind, made the catch, 3 up and 3 down. And so the Bobcats get nothing across in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. It is 2-0, favor of Joppatowne as we begin the second inning.